Welcome, guys. I have a special guest here, Ryan. Good to have you here in the home office.
Yeah, man, happy to be here.
Yeah, this is really exciting for me. I've been following you from your inception. I remember having a conversation with you when you first started in the scene, where you kind of came out to the public and started sharing who you are and what you do. And so it's been awesome to watch your journey. And guys, on today's video, we're gonna be talking specifically about how to grow your real estate business with social media. And Ryan is an expert in this field. So I'm pretty excited about this. Coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Quickstart Kit with everything you need to flip your first house in 30 days or less. Download it now at myquickstartkit.com.
If you're new here, I'm Jerry Norton, and I went from dead broke to millionaire flipping real estate. And after doing 1,000 deals, I created this channel to help you master the art of wholesaling and flipping so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. Okay, Ryan, are you ready to kind of spill the beans with us and share with everybody watching how you have grown so fast, so quickly, how it's been able to really help you blow up your real estate business? You guys, if you don't know Ryan, he's a flipper, which is really awesome to have him on this channel. Ryan, we dedicate this channel almost exclusively to wholesaling and flipping real estate. And I remember watching an interview you did where you talked about how social media has allowed your real estate business to just blow up. Now, I know you're doing a lot of different things. It's kind of fun to see the different things you're doing, but specifically for your real estate business, I'm excited to share with people how social media can have such an impact. So maybe start there. How much of an impact has social media had for you and your business?
You know, in my real estate business, it was what allowed me to start out just in the very beginning. You know, when I was by myself, not being active on social media, I could not, raise money at all because nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew what I was doing.
No credibility.
No credibility. And so I just started on Facebook, man. I just started posting, flips we were doing. I just started posting, the success that I was having. And I was always very scared to do that, right? I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want people thinking I was boasting and all this stuff. And I finally just started doing it. And it was crazy because what happened was I got more private money. I got more wholesalers sending me deals. I got more realtors sending me deals. Friends and family would know what I was doing. They said, hey, there's this house across the street. I know they want to sell. And so just the amount of money it's made in my real estate business over the years, you can't even quantify. It's easily over $1 million.
Yeah, well, I can relate in a way to where, I put out a video about a deal, and what I would do, Ryan, and tell me if this is how you kind of did it, I would do this before after transition. I wouldn't even talk about, how much money it made. It could have been a loser deal, but when people see you're doing something and they see a transformation on a flip, next thing you know, they're like, hey, how do I get involved? Hey, I've got some money. Can I lend you my money? And next thing you know, you're raising capital, or you're getting you're building credibility just through that social platform.
Yeah, and it's not even you're asking for capital or anything.
Yeah.
People just want to be involved some type of way. And that was just the beginning stages of it when I was a solo guy. But as it's evolved into, a bigger business owner, doing more deals, you start to see it help you in other ways as well. People wanting to intern for you for free, and then, they're cold calling, they're getting deals, and you're helping them get their first deal. It's a win-win for everybody. And then I know a lot of my best employees have been hired from social media. So the amount of it is just, you can't even count how valuable it is.
Now, Ryan, I've watched you do this. I've watched you kind of enter the scene. Really your YouTube channel, guys, we'll put a link in the description below, or just look on YouTube. You'll find Ryan. He's grown tremendously fast. I look at what it's taken me to get to where I'm at, and how you've done so quickly with your business and where you're going. And without a doubt, you've got so much more room where you're gonna take your presence on social media, and what that means, and the influence that has, and the impact that has just in general with personal finance and real estate, how to make money, how to improve your life. It's just phenomenal. But a lot of people watch this and they might go to your channel, or they might look at my channel or whatever and say, yeah, but that's for the elite. That's for the special few. I don't really have that kind of presence. I don't really, there's nothing special about me. Why would anybody watch me or listen to me? Or how could I have any kind of credibility? I'm not that guy, or I'm not that person or that girl. What would you say to something like that?
I see a lot of different false beliefs with social media, very similar to the ones we see for people who are trying to start flipping houses and all this stuff, right? You hear it all the time. I don't have a lot of money. I have bad credit. All these things. And as we know, and hopefully your viewers know, that's not true. You could flip with no money, bad credit, all of these things. And I think social media is the same thing. A lot of people go, I'm not good looking enough. I don't speak well on camera. I just have never done it. I don't. So you'll hear every excuse in the book. And all I can say is, I started out filming just on my iPhone back in 2016. No mic, no lighting, no background. It
was horrible.
It was horrible. I didn't even know how to edit a video. So whatever I did, it better been a perfect take.
One cut.
Yeah, no cuts. And so with you, I'm sure it's the same way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just get better over time. And so the thing is, when people see the perspective of me, like even you weren't aware of me until last year, right? And so you see it and you're like, man, this guy just burst on the scene, but you didn't see the other 4 years. I was just making videos on Facebook and nobody knew about it. I didn't know what I was doing. So it's not something that happens overnight. Flipping, you're not going to get rich overnight. It's a process, and social media is no different.
Yeah, it's really just the same thing I tell people who want to get into real estate. It's just start where you're at, start doing it. When I first started learning about, how do I improve my YouTube channel? How do I grow my YouTube channel? Everybody told me it's gonna be a grind. No one's gonna care. The only views are gonna be your mom. And it's gonna be that way for your first 100 videos. Right. There's a reason why I have 650 videos on my channel to get 200,000 subscribers. That's my journey, not everybody's journey, but it's work. But if you're consistent, then it starts to pay off like anything. Just be consistent with it. And I think that's probably the biggest thing. I've strategically decided not to do TikTok. Probably a bad move. At the same time, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be, that's for 12-year-olds to dance, right? That's what it is. And then at the same time, here you come on the scene. It's a brand new platform and you completely crushed it with, 600,000 or 700,000 TikTok followers in the real estate, personal finance development space, right, which is just phenomenal, right? And so you found an audience there and you started with zero. Yep. Just like you listening right now, you might be like, I've got 20 people on my Instagram. It doesn't matter.
No, and I'll tell you this, Jerry. So when I made let me take that back. When I first started in 2016, like I was saying, it took me almost 3 or 4 years to get to 20,000 followers overall. That was Instagram mainly and Facebook. Yeah. No TikTok, no YouTube, nothing.
4 years to get to 20,000.
4 years to get to 20,000.
Of working
hard, learning. And honestly, I felt like I was pretty well known.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I was like, dude, everyone knows me, right? And so from 2020 till now, in the last 9 months, that 20,000 has grown to probably close to 1 million.
Yeah,
combined between TikTok and, YouTube and all this stuff. And it just shows that you can, number one, grow really quick in just a year if you just take the right actions. Because up until that point, those first 4 years, I was just figuring it out. I had no guidance, no one telling me, what to do. Like you, I had heard people tell me about TikTok. I didn't do anything about it for years. YouTube, right? YouTube's been around for forever. And I've watched YouTube videos. It never crossed my mind that, hey, maybe I should just make YouTube videos. And so I think once you really believe that the power is there and you have the motivation and you understand that, hey, this is still a long-term game, but it's worth it, you'll take action.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, I can agree with Ryan in that having a presence, putting myself out there, it's allowed my real estate business to just explode because, like you said, money comes at me, people bring me deals, people sign up for my partner programs and we do deals through that, or my finder program, we do deals through that. So it's been one of those things that's just been a huge blessing, and it's just one of those things where you just have to get started. In the marketing space, every marketer would rather pay their way to customers, right? I'd rather just say, I'm gonna run ads, get customers. This is awesome. I can just kind of shortcut to the top. But I think the way the world is shifting and the way things are moving is people really want to do business with people they like and trust. And you have to create a relationship with somebody
Yeah.
It's not the old days where, now ads still work, of course, right? Ads still work. You're going to see ads forever. But I feel like that space, the ad platform, the paid traffic way to grow a business is a dying model. I think if you don't create a presence and people don't build an affinity to you, they're not going to lend you their money. They're not going to want to do business with you. They're not going to want to work for you or partner with you until they like and trust you. Would you agree with that?
100% agree. I think in the next 5 years, you're going to see the rise of influencers. And so, it's already happening, right? Like,
it's been happening.
It's been happening, but I think you're going to see it on the level where people are going to be trusting influencers more than they trust, The Rock or Kevin Hart or these big celebrities, because they don't really know those guys, right? Those guys are, and you're starting to see those guys take social media extremely seriously because they know. And YouTubers and stuff are getting paid more than actors these days. And it's only going to continue to be like that. So I think if you have a business, you better either be part of social media or have somebody on your team be a part of it, because your competitor either will be that person or get somebody to be that person, and they're going to get market share for sure.
Yeah, so guys, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you're not really in the social scene right now, the social media scene, Ryan, where would you tell people to start? There's certainly some demographics, there's certainly some preference, there's certainly certain platforms that might work better for a real estate audience. Where would you tell people to start?
I think TikTok is the best way to start, honestly.
Really?
I think no matter what you're doing, because the virality of TikTok, anybody with 0 followers can go viral. Whereas we know with YouTube, it's a grind. It's very difficult to grow your following.
The platform's built that way. Right?
Exactly.
So the platform on Instagram and YouTube and most of the social media, it favors the bigger players, right? Because they have following and views, so they're going to promote them more than the little guys. So breaking into that is really hard and a lot of work.
Very difficult, and making a YouTube video like this is very difficult, right? There's a lot of editing, you've got to script it out, you got to plan it out. And so TikTok is a 10, 15 second video. You can make it and it can literally get hundreds of thousands, millions of views, even if you have a small following. So it's unlike anything that I've ever seen. I don't know how long it's going to be like that. It'll probably turn into an Instagram, YouTube at some point. But I think there's this huge opportunity for anyone to get big.
Would you agree with that, regardless of age?
Regardless of age.
Okay, so if you're a boomer.
I actually was at a mastermind, while I was here, and I did a presentation on social media, and the majority of people in the mastermind are boomers. And,
no offense if you're a boomer.
No offense. And I basically told them, I said, hey guys, look, I already know your false belief, right?
Yeah.
And I said, you think you're too old, you don't understand it, TikTok's for kids, whatever. Me as a 31-year-old, I thought that too. I'm like, dude, it's for kids. So I had the same belief. I just did it anyway and realized, man, there's power in this. And I see a lot of older people on TikTok doing well. Yeah. And on top of that, the example I always love to use is okay, we're all in real estate. We should all know who Grant Cardone is, right? Mm-hmm. So did you know who Grant Cardone was 10 years ago? No. Grant Cardone, he's not a spring chicken.
No.
And so it just shows that as an older guy, he understood the power of social media. And
that's a great example.
Now he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He didn't become a billionaire from his job.
Yeah.
It was social media.
Yeah. So that's a great example. Yeah, definitely. So TikTok, it's a rising platform. I feel like there's always going to be another one. The new platforms are the biggest opportunities because no one's built a presence yet, so there's space, there's room.
There's space, it's less saturated. Yeah. The other thing I'll add to why social media is so important, right, is yes, it can help our current real estate business. We can get more deals and everything. But as we know, with YouTube, AdSense, and brand deals and sponsorships, if you build up a following, it's also another source of income. And we're always looking for other sources of income. Mm-hmm. And for me anyways, what it's allowed me to do is buy more real estate with those sources of income.
Yeah, awesome guys. So Ryan, amazing to see what you've done here. And guys, when I asked Ryan, I'm like, Ryan, what can we talk about that would be of interest to my audience? He said, Jerry, you got to tell your audience the power of social media and how that can really affect their business. And I'm thank you for sharing that. And guys, I hope that's helpful to you. Okay, guys, so for those of you that are really thinking about doing this and take it seriously, and you want some tips, you want some strategies, you want to know where to get started, really how to make an impact, then Ryan's put together a course. He's going to train you and teach you on how to start your social media presence. And if you want to, depending on what your motives are and your goals are, take it to a whole new level and make it a real thing. It could even be an income source.
No, 100%. In my social media influencer course, we teach people every aspect of social media, from all the platforms with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everything that I currently do. We teach them how to build a team if they really want to scale it. We teach them all the equipment that they need on a budget with almost no money to, hey, you want to spend a little bit of money, here's what you need. Different tips for how to speak well, different setting tips. So it's definitely the all-in-one way to get started.
And guys, Ryan didn't just figure this out with guesswork, right? So when I talk to you, you're very big into education. You're constantly focusing on your education. You're very much like me and most people who are successful. You budget and dedicate a lot of money every year to furthering your education to become better at what you do. Guys, you got to start somewhere. And if you really want to take it seriously, then it takes education, right? It takes not just education, but then application. So start with that. And I'll put a link in the description below, guys. If you want to check that out, you can click that link and check out Ryan's course. Good deal. Awesome, guys. So if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping, and I'll see you on the next video.